Hey guys, Mike from Wrestling Then and Now. Thanks so much for checking out the YouTube channel and for all your support. If you haven't already, please click subscribe. I have so much content coming up. You don't want to miss anything. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like. It really does help my channel grow. Thanks again.
So, did you show up at TV one day and they said we're breaking you guys up, or did you know it was coming?
I did not know it was coming. Just came up one day and said, we are looking at doing this with you, and Barb, we're looking at doing this with you. And that's what it came down to.
How'd you feel about going singles?
Not too happy at first because I really truly never did singles. I'd always been in a tag all the time. When I was in NWA, I did some singles at first, but then of course I got with Barb, it was all tag. When I was in Kansas City, I did tags a lot, all the time. So it was kind of a new thing again, and that's something I had to reteach myself again. And plus I love being with Barb. Barb's a great guy. He taught me so much in the business, a lot about being a big man and that. And it was nice travel with him and that stuff. We always had a nice time, So it was just something that was going to change everything a lot.
How'd you get along with Slick? I
got along great with Slick. I love Slick. Slick's a great talker. Very smart guy. But the only time I ever saw Slick though was at TVs. He didn't travel with me. There was no travel. Fuji's the only one to ever travel with Barb and me. Otherwise, my managers, they didn't travel with you.
Only TVs. The house shows? Oh, okay.
Just TVs. That was it. Yeah.
Okay. You worked with Tito a lot. Is there a better pro? Is there a better pro in the world than Tito Santana?
Tito is incredible. Tito's got the best punch in business. Yeah. Hands down. He can throw it like a baseball player throws a goddamn fastball. He winds up all the way back. He can put that on the end of your chin, even with my beard. He could put on the end of my chin, nick it, and not hurt it. I mean, every single time. Just incredible. And then his knowledge, of course, just in the ring. He's just such a smart individual and smooth. Very smooth. But just that punch to this day, no one touches that punch. You see other punches, but his punch it's one of a kind.
How'd you like working with Davey Boy?
Davey wasn't great. Davey, I mean, he started, I think he was 16 years old in England, of course, went to Canada, then came down to the States, and, just a well-traveled wrestler, just could do anything out there. I mean, the guy was 280, looked the way he did. He could still go out there and do stuff that I was amazing at stuff. I mean, when he did a crucifix on me in the WrestleMania, I mean, you're talking, that's a 280-pound man that gets up like that and hooks himself like that. That's not easy. And thank God I was as strong as I was, because I could hold him up like that and do all that yet, and just, but he was just, Davey, if you couldn't have a match with Davey, you shouldn't be in the business. Like Bret Hart. Same thing. If you can't have a match with those guys, just leave the business, because they're incredible wrestlers. They really are. And it just, it's their background, where they come from, and that, of course, being trained through Stu Hart and all that stuff up there and all that. I mean, just, great wrestler, man. Great. And a great compliment with me, because how big I was and the way I looked and how big he was and how he looked. And our styles just went together so nice. They really, they just met each other in the ring, and then they could do a dance together and work out really good.
How'd you like working with the young Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty?
Oh, those guys, they were, you could put, every night they put a parachute on, they would fly. They flew for Barb and me. Great tag team. They could do anything out there in that. Hogan one time came out and he saw our match. He said, brother, he says, you guys are going last every, I can't follow that. How am I going to follow that out there with what you guys are doing? He says, I'm going to go right before the mission. You guys are going to go last but which is a credit to us, because it did work out so nice. Because Barbie being so big and strong, we could just toss them like little kids. But when they would make their comeback, they would do the double on us, which made sense. and it worked out really good. And of course, Fuji throwing the can, they grab it and start whacking us and that stuff, and it worked out really good. They were great wrestlers and that stuff, I mean, loved them. Love the guys.
Any good Andre the Giant stories?
Hey, what now?
Any good Andre the Giant stories?
Oh my God, I got one. Yeah. As big as I was, 330, 340. Northwest, I used to fly Northwest all the time. I had a gold card. So you could call the night before, and if you're in what do you call it, the regular class, they could upgrade to first class, no problem, if they had an open seat, because you had so many miles. So I'd always get the last row in the window so I could sleep, because I always got up early every morning, 8 right away, So when I get a plane, I could nap for a little bit. So I'm looking at this plane, it's pretty much all full, and there's one seat next to me yet, open on the inside, Well, who gets on at the very end? Andre. He ain't gonna sit back there. He comes up to that seat. Now, they got the middle seat, the middle things that divides it, right? He took that with one hand, pulled it out, looked at the stewardess, said, "Stewardess, can you please?" And she's like, "What am I supposed to do with this?" So he goes ahead, he sits down. I'm saying, my God, this plane's gonna tip to one side. You got 900 pounds almost.
Wow.
This one, just us two alone,
Right.
So we get up in the air. I fall asleep, and Andre was awake, and they brought some food around. So as they're bringing food around, they're looking at me, and Andre goes ahead and gives me a big chop on my chest. He goes, "Boss, you want your food?" I go, "Andre, as soon as I catch my breath and breathe again, I over here." His hand took up my entire chest.
Wow.
I thought he had a heart murmur going on or something. He hit me so hard with that, and his hand was a monster. And I'm like, oh my God, this is brutal, man. You can take whatever you want. I just want oxygen again. That was Andre, man. If Andre liked you, he loved you. If he didn't like you, run as fast as you can. Because if that big hand got a hold of you, you're done. You're done.